Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Enigma SMP server, and today we're starting off in the massively overpopulated horse pen with a little bit of a murder party, but this time there are no other players involved. Get out of the way, horse. It's just me and a bunch of horses, so let the leather factory open. Well, I'm thinking all the ones that survived the purge here can stay, but now we can actually hear ourselves think, and we have an absolutely tragic number of horse heads in our inventory. Oh, this looks so derpy. Why did Wandel have to fill the pen with horses? Now it's time to get together with the rest of the Poppy clan for a bit of a team meeting.
Like, how do you usually start these things?
I don't know,
Hello,
say hi,
people.
introduce each other.
Thank you all so much for joining us today. The topics of today's meeting will be brought up by Lilith in a second. Emmy, get the back in your chair.
Here, let's see if I can land properly.
Better close that chapter. Very good. The attendees for today are Kingelffe, Emmy, just Emmy, she's not mythical anymore, Lilith, and myself. Get back in your minecart. And myself. What do you?
You're fired.
One more rocket, and we'll make you a rocket because we'll fire you.
Oh dear.
Lilith, would you like to start this? Start us off with the topics for today.
Sure, I'm just gonna take a screenshot. Thank you, Emmy, for obliging and turning around.
That's the only thing I will do.
And thank you very much for that disc. I do appreciate that. So, I'd like to talk about the
Emmy,
build
stop
palette
opening your
today.
chair.
We really need to get rid of Emmy. Holy.
Okay, well, let's take this meeting on the move.
Time to go on
I
the
can't
road.
sit
Give in to Emmy's thing.
So this is the build palette that I suggested.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is the one over here that Emmy suggested. And I was talking to King earlier, and he suggested this build palette that I made. I'm saying suggested
like
too many
this one.
times, but with some of the warped stems for things like the floor. Do-do-do-do-do.
Bye, Emmy.
She was fired.
Some like warped stem floors or
my
something.
inventory anymore.
It's really colorful. See Emmy land and then fall off again. Thing is, we could, but they're two very bright colors, right?
Mhm.
What I think would be a bit cooler is if we take these, this palette, and for every building we do, we can add details such as the green warped wood, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, obviously there's
This
going
is
to be
like-
differences with every building, so we can...
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I anticipated having differences with every building, but like as you look down the ravine, the main colors you'd see like a sandstony house and a brown house and a kind of coppery grey. Oh no, grey. What color is this?
Reddish orange.
Reddish orangey one. Yeah. So like each individual house wouldn't be all these colors, like, but you'd have this like color palette going down the whole ravine.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
Like-
like, each individual house would have, like, other things. Like, maybe some glazed terracotta in some of them and, you know, different things.
Lilith, can you please get off the edge? Because I'm very, very tempted to punch you off.
I got wings on.
I know you'll be fine, but I just don't want to do it during the meeting. And this is the only way I can contain it.
He'll
Um,
only do it to me.
Yes.
Oh, dear. Yeah, maybe
Cool.
we should start, like, a little storage area over here or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a bad
And-
idea.
Dump it in here.
I might do a little redstone machine for that. I think that would be fun.
Okay.
Sure.
That
Okay.
everyone donates, and whenever a certain amount is reached, the redstone lamp turns on, something like
Oh,
that.
that's cool.
Yeah. That
As
sounds
long
like
as
a
it
good
doesn't
idea.
end up in me dying, sure.
I'd say 50-50.
Oh, dear.
Okay.
Those are generous odds.
Well, it is just
there-
redstone, so you never know.
There was one other thing that I wanted to discuss. Oh man, this horse head has got over here now. I'm just going to have to confiscate it, aren't I?
Now, you see, the mistake is thinking I only have one.
I have so many as well.
Me too.
Every
I
time I see a
added to your
house of wild
pile.
horse, I just one
I
shot
have
it with my
nine.
This
sharpest
one's
axe.
confiscated anyway.
All right, I'll
Um,
get another one later.
Yeah,
Right.
We'll go hunting after this.
Another cool
Yes,
thing that I was thinking while I was terraforming down there is we cut off. Okay, well I need to go down here anyways, so let's just go. We're going full send. There we go.
Oh,
Can't punch me down here anymore. We left off at level 20 down here. So what if? Oh well.
no, that's cute slime.
And who's surprised?
Wandel!
No one.
And
I did
anyways,
3
so
levels
we're
now.
at level 20 here. So what if for the bottom of the ravine, to make it seem like it goes down even further, we did like a glass layering effect at the bottom?
Yes! That was something I was wanting to do but thought would be too
Yes.
much work. But if you're up for it,
I am
I'm
100%
so
up
in.
for it.
I think that
Yes.
would add a very good dimension to it.
Yeah, because we're at level 20
That's
here. We could
awesome.
always raise it a little bit if we need to, but we could easily get like 8 layers of glass down here.
But the thing is,
Oh, sure.
the things we can do, we can either make it deeper by adding water, therefore you can't see the bottom, and it could be as deep as we want people to think it is,
Yes.
or we do it like that.
Hmm.
Either one works.
I like the glass idea.
Mhm.
yeah,
Oh yeah,
it
that's
does look
right.
great.
I think it's the best idea, but I just wanted to showcase some other things that might get people to think about. Oh, but this would also be cool.
Yeah, for sure. Also, are we just
Do you
going to leave
wanna-
Emmy's junk pile on the ground over there? Or,
Yes,
I'm
Okay.
trying. No, I'm trying.
because the thing is, I've picked up her
Yeah, we
stuff
pick it
before,
up.
and you just end up with a bunch of junk in your inventory, and you have to filter out what is hers, and then you find like
That's alright.
3 dirt and 12 cobblestone,
I just have a
5
bunch of
vines,
Yep.
and 3 carrots, and 12 beef.
Not even golden carrots, just carrots.
Yeah, exactly. And then you find like 2 pieces of leather armor that you got off a zombie 3 days ago, and you're just
Hey,
like,
leather
why?
armor is really useful for armor stand decorating.
This is
I always
true.
Yes,
have
but
all my
we
leather
have
armor.
massive amounts of leather. You don't
Yeah.
need to save
Especially
it
after all
from
those
zombies.
horses I killed.
You keep on bringing it up. I love that so much. 'Cause every time you just see Lilith giving you dirt, you're like, you mother.
I'm just not sure what we should do with the ocean here.
I think
I wanted
I'd
to
do
do.
waterfall there.
Waterfall.
This is so awkward.
I didn't die.
Would
I
the
fell from
waterfall
midair and I didn't
waterfall
die.
Look at me.
from the sea?
Look at me.
Yeah, waterfall from the
Waterfall.
sea.
Okay, forget realism. Let's do it.
Exactly. If it looks cool,
Do you want-
let's do it.
We are
Do
literally
you want to do it now?
We could, yeah.
Lilith. We are contemplating adding chains to this to stop the ravine from pulling, or to stop the earth from pulling apart our ravine. What
Yeah.
do you mean realism?
Fine, waterfall.
No, it's gonna be the whole thing.
Waterfall.
Waterfall.
Now Emmy can finally shower.
Maybe we should like make it an actual waterfall at some point when it's like not inconvenient to have the. Oh, never mind.
When it's not inconvenient to have the.
Yeah.
Hey, look, it stopped though. See, it's okay. Yeah, it stopped. It's done. We're gonna do a fadey thing, aren't we? Make
Yes.
it look like
Yeah.
it's going
Fadey
further
thing.
down.
Like
Shut
an infinity
it!
floor. Like
Yeah.
an infinity floor with like layers of glass so you can't see where the bottom is.
I can, like, when Emmy says stuff like fadey thing, I just imagine, like, this Emmy at some point going to the bank, going for, like, I don't know, a loan or a mortgage on a house. Can I get one of those renty things? Man,
One of those things
what
where
are you
give
on
me
about?
money.
Yeah. Can I just get money and you get me one of those renty things? Like, you mean a mortgage, ma'am?
I don't know.
Yeah, one
maybe.
of those renty things.
Well, I'm glad we could finally meet up with everyone in the faction. It seems like we're always on at different times, so we can never get a meeting done. But it was actually pretty productive. We talked about a bunch of other things off camera too. And I know one burning question that you all have right now, and I'm going to answer it right now. Yes, I did replace the horse head in the meeting room. And no, I'm not going to show you where it is because I don't want it removed right away. But yeah, the meeting room. This was actually built by Lilith, and it's on the opposite side of the ravine that we've been working on. So that's the side that we worked on, and she finished terraforming this side. So if you want to see more on that, make sure to keep an eye on her channel. I don't think she's uploaded video on it yet, but I am pretty sure she plans to. And if not, then, well, guess you're going to have to wait a few episodes to see the completed result, because I don't plan on spending too much time on terraforming in the next few episodes. We'll probably see it again next time when we actually start building. And speaking of building, we are going to be gathering a bunch of resources for building the ravine. But first, we got to tackle one other problem that we have, and that is transportation. So we've been using ender pearls to get around, right? So we can just toss this around, and it's a great substitute for an elytra. But I have a very limited supply of ender pearls, because every time I need more ender pearls, I have to come here, I have to turn my sound off, I have to look at all these idiots, and I have to kill them manually, like this. From full health all the way down to nothing. And it takes a long time. I'll stand here for like 20 or so minutes, and I'll get less than a shulker box full of ender pearls. So today we're going to change that. Now, I could just do that with villagers, and that would be the easiest way to do it probably. But that doesn't help the community out that much. So we're going to make our first community farm. We're going to build ourselves an Enderman Farm. And it looks like part of the job is already done for us, because Wandel tried to build an Enderman Farm a couple weeks ago, but unfortunately fell into the void while he was making the path here, so he never got a chance to finish. As you can see, this in itself is kind of an Enderman Farm, so we're going to have to spawn-proof the path. But, I mean, part of the work's already done for us, so let's go ahead, jump into a time-lapse, and make this Enderman Farm. We interrupt your previously scheduled program to bring you a brand new episode of Did King Build the Farm Properly? If you haven't figured it out already, I have finished the Enderman Farm. It's right behind me. It's a very simple design made by Nenbom way back when. I think this is his 1.13 design with minor modifications for 1.14 spawning updates. But over here, we have water over our spawning blocks. That way we don't get overrun with Endermen while we're building the farm. But theoretically, when I get rid of that water and I come over here, the Enderman should spawn, run along this platform, fall in the hole, and into our killing pit, where a bunch of hoppers will just swoop the ender pearls into the chest here. It's very manual at the moment, but I'm not exactly a redstone dude, so I don't have a good storage system in mind. So we're going to hope that one of the other Enigmites that's, you know, good at redstone sees this and just upgrades it for us. If not, then, well, manual storage it is. But let's head over there and test it out. So we'll just place down a few blocks. That way we can walk. I do have to move the platform to intersect with this area over here rather than come all the way over here. I did also lower it to Y level 1 or 0 or something like that. Yeah, 1. That way we get maximum spawn efficiency. So let's grab our bucket. Let's grab our water. Stand here for a second. And let's run. So we got to get rid of these leaf blocks here. Oh, yeah, here they come. Here they come. Yep, this farm is working. Yep, we're just going to go ahead and do that for now. And we're at our mob cap. So, yep, it's safe to say that this farm still works perfectly. And now it's time to bring a few things over from the overworld. We're going to get some anvils. We're going to get some enchanting stuff. Gonna bring it all over here, get a few chests set up, that way we can store the ender pearls, and yeah, we'll just make this space a little more usable. And here we go. It's nothing pretty, but it is functional, and that is what we were going for with this build. Obviously, we can improve the efficiency in some ways. As you probably saw, there's some endermen on top of the slabs that teleported up there from taking damage from enemy cramming, so we obviously need to put water up there, that way they can't teleport on top. As well as we do need to do the same for our entire platform here. We need to put water above that so that Enderman can't teleport on top of that. But after that, I think we'll pretty much be at peak efficiency over here. Obviously, we can do a little bit of prettying up as well. For now, I just threw a bunch of leaves down everywhere and just made little leaf walls, threw down some chests and an enchantment table. But this is all we need to get started, because the other reason I built this farm was for XP. We don't exactly have an efficient XP grinder on the server. That is, until now. Because this thing will just pump out Enderman. If we come over here, we just wedge ourselves in here. We're far enough away from the Enderman that we can't take damage, and we just start swinging away, and we will get thousands of ender pearls as well as many, many levels, and this thing fills up just as fast as you can empty it too. So it's great for XP because look at that, I'm already at level 32. Granted, I had a bunch of levels before as well, but I can sit here and grind these guys and enchant a bunch of new picks and shovels, because the next thing we're going to do is we're going to start collecting resources for our ravine build. So we're going to go grind a bunch of resources, but first I need some extra tools, that way I don't have to keep coming back here every 30 seconds to repair my pickaxe and shovel. So let's get that done, and I'll be right back. There we go. I collected up a bunch of new pickaxes, that way we can grind away at the resources we need for the ravine, because this right here is the color palette that we decided on with the rest of the clan. And we have been collecting a lot of these resources over the last few days too, because these shulkers over here are what I've grinded away at. So we went to the mesa and absolutely demolished it, collecting a bunch of terracotta. Made sure to get the just regular terracotta, that way we can dye it whatever color we want, as well as we can keep it as regular terracotta if we want to. I grew a bunch of acacia trees and chopped those down, which was an absolute pain, because, well, everyone knows how acacia trees like to grow. And then just some odds and ends resources as well. Some granite, some brown mushroom blocks, and some sand and sandstone. So yeah, that's our contribution so far to the resources for the ravine. And then the other members have been grinding away too, getting some glass, some sand, a little bit of granite here, a bunch more wood, and the biggest pain so far, the bricks. Because everyone knows how much fun villagers are to deal with. I'm guessing Wandel dealt with that. But yeah, we've got a bunch of resources to start building up this ravine. So hopefully we'll be able to get started in the next episode. But for now, we got to head over to spawn and take a look at a friend we have over there. Now that right there is what spawn has been missing all along. I mean, isn't the resemblance uncanny? We have a big brother, I guess, because he's definitely bigger than us. But we've also got some haters on the server because Emmy had to clean up some vandalism to the beautiful statue up there. He was vomiting all over the mountain. He had a mustache. So I think we need to build a safe place for this guy. But once again, we're not going to touch on that in this episode because I think we need to dedicate basically an entire episode to making the derp quarters. Yeah, that's right. We're making this a thing. And as you all know, there are a few people, Wandel, Lilith, who absolutely hate this face. So we have to make sure to protect it at all costs, including that giant one at the top of the mountain. So we'll probably have to relocate him so that he doesn't get vandalized in the future too. So I've come back to base to show you the progress we've made because it's actually been a couple weeks since I was last here. And I found this sign right here at the base. How does a server last forever? And I feel like the answer to that is quite simple. First, you find a bunch of people that you like playing with and that you trust and that you want to start a server with. Step 2 is you find a good hosting service and you start a Minecraft world with those friends. And step 3, you break their kneecaps if they threaten to go anywhere else or leave your server. The last step is optional, but I strongly suggest that. Anyways, let's sleep and then I'll show you what we got. Alright, so we got a little bit of a legend over here. So yellow is a road, and lime is buildings, and blue is bridges. So Lilith and Emmy and Wandel have started mapping out our ravine here. I haven't been online because of a couple reasons, but the main one being I'm actually moving very shortly, so I don't have that much time to do things. So I'm actually pre-recording right now, so the next few videos that come out are pre-recorded and scheduled for different dates for probably the next 2 or 3 weeks. So yeah, just that you guys know that's what's happening. But yeah, they've been working on the ravine here. We're going to have a bridge going across to the other side. That way, you know, people like me who don't use Elytra can actually move around the ravine. And we're going to have roads kind of going in wonky directions around the ravine too, because the whole idea we got this from was a Ghibli film, so we don't want anything to be like super uniform or anything, because then it'll kind of lose its effect. But yeah, they've started clearing out some roads along here, and if you'll remember, this was just a little hole in the side of the mountain before, but now it actually has some shape, kind of like it's a cave. And we're going to be doing different things like this around the ravine, and we've got little buildings marked out, and each building is going to serve a different purpose. So whether it be a villager trading center or some sort of farm, and then inside the mountains, we're going to have our different farms laid out. So the building faces are just going to be the entrances to different areas, and there'll probably be different ways to get around within the mountain as well. But we have a little bit of planning now. Ow. And I don't think we've collected any more resources since then, but I believe Emmy started building our first building. So this is kind of what it's going to be, just different things latched onto the side of the ravine. And we're going to have some bigger buildings, some smaller buildings. I really want to make a water wheel somewhere, and we need to do something with these waterfalls too to make them look a little bit more natural rather than just a straight line of water down. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting started with this. And even though I won't be recording for probably the next 3 weeks, and you're just going to be seeing pre-recorded videos, I do plan on playing still, because the only reason I can't record is because I'm shipping my desktop separately from everything else. So I'm going to be without it for probably about 2 to 3 weeks, which means that I'm going to be on my laptop for that time, and it's not powerful enough to play and record, but I'll still be playing. So my next Enigma episode after my pre-recorded one is going to be a progress update. So yeah, that's going to be really cool. So stay tuned for that. I'm really excited for it. Hi, Slime. Man, there's one of these signs in front of my house too. I'm telling you guys, break people's kneecaps. It's a good way to make sure that they don't leave, because, well, they can't. Anyways, I came back to the house here to end off the video because that's where we're going to leave it for today. Like I said, my next one's going to be pre-recorded, so I'm not going to be able to get too much live feedback from you guys on the ravine building for the next 2-3 weeks. So keep an eye out for community posts, because I'm going to be posting pictures and polls and all that kind of stuff to get you guys' input on how the ravine will look at the end of the day. And also make sure to keep an eye on Lilith and Emmy's videos too, as well as Wandel's streams, because that's going to be the best way to keep updated on the ravine for the time that I'm away. But as always, if you liked the video, make sure to drop it a like, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.